Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I've just got another figure mail video for you guys. Mostly wrestling figures, but a little bit of other stuff. Non-figure related chucked in as well. It feels weird to be doing a figure video. I've had 2 weeks where I've been really busy, but also had loads of card game stuff to do. So I've done like, 5 or 6 card game videos in a row. And I do apologise for that. To the figure subscribers. It's just basically because the cards are better and easier business, better views, and they've actually been purchasable, whereas the figure stuff have been struggling to source recently, so there's been that whole thing to it. And whereas like doing a figure unboxing can wait, I kind of needed to get these cards opened and get them listed. There's still loads of stuff as I speak now that still need opening and listing and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get through, and there just really isn't that big of a need to do the action figure side of things. But anyway, today we've got some stuff, and well, yeah, I'm just going to get into it, and we'll try and make sense of what's going on in this video as we go through. So this is a bundle. I've not been doing too well with getting my wrestling figure bundles recently. It's ironic, we had that huge one from the charity shop, we had that huge one from online. I actually did win a huge one, but the guy clearly didn't get enough money for it. It was something like 80 figures, and he claimed they'd gone missing. That sounds likely. There was a fair bit of money behind the order in the end, but I guess he just didn't get enough. You know, he didn't get what he wanted. I've had a lot of orders cancelled on me recently. Figures, cards, everything basically. I had 3 orders cancelled on eBay in 1 week, which is just absolutely absurd. But it seems to be becoming more and more common. I don't know, is that a vintage thing? There's more people in the marketplace and then they're not happy with what it's actually gone for? I don't know. Anyway, here's a bundle that wasn't cancelled. It's kind of interesting, but I've definitely paid up for this. I've definitely put some money behind it. I think I spent like £20-25 on this bundle, and it's all for one figure, which I'm hoping will resell for a decent amount. This honestly could be a huge whiff, which would be a shame because we've been doing good off the figures recently with the huge bundles, even if we've not been able to source them all that regularly. So first of all, we have got a regular, boring, ruthless aggression Shelton Benjamin. It looks like the arms are not loose, so that's a good start for a Jakks specific figure. We got a Jakks Great Khali. Better Jakks figure to have, really. You know, people want to get a Khali in their collection, and you know, if this is the cheapest one, then that's the one they buy. We got a Matt Hardy. Ah, yeah, I just remembered something cool in this one. That's got a loose arm. Yep, just run-of-the-mill Matt Hardy. We got a Rene Dupree in the French gear with a stain on his thigh. But otherwise, you know, those arms are holding up well, so that's good. This is one of the main reasons why I put a little bit more money into it. This is the only thing I plan to keep from this bundle, and it is a Maven. I've never seen this Maven before this bundle. I'm sure to someone that will be astounding, like this will be the most common Maven figure they've ever seen. But yeah, I had never seen this before it was in this bundle. And I thought, you know what, that's a really nice Maven. In addition to the fact that I'd want a Maven because of, you know, the YouTube channel. But I also don't want to buy a Maven because they're actually, you know, they've got a little bit of money behind them because of the YouTube channel. So getting one in a bundle, that's ideal. It's also not taking very long, so that's also ideal. He will be a bit of pick fed action. If I ever go through with the idea of the NWA Fed, he'll be in that. Other than that, it'll probably be what would have originally been Instagram stuff, but I'm not doing Instagram special content anymore. So like just little pick feds of like a couple of match highlights and stuff like that. We also got a Jim Ross Titantron Live. My God! This is a really cool figure, I think. I do mean to do a video at some point where I talk about the best Titantron Live figures, like the ones that still hold up the best, and this Jim Ross is definitely among them. This one or the other one, either or, doesn't matter which. They're both really good Jim Ross figures. They used to be worth like 10, and then it took me like 3 years to sell one or something, so I'm going to guess I'm going to get a little bit less for that. We got this R-Truth. Really cool. I would like this era of R-Truth, the greatest hits one, but we just didn't seem to get it over here in the UK. We got Hardcore Holly. that old adage I like to say, it's probably not worth much, but it will sell. Someone will want a hardcore Holly. This is easily the nicest hardcore Holly figure there's ever been, with the nice purple gear. Yep, really, really cool. I have one of these myself. It's my childhood hardcore Holly. You had to get it. The table in it was huge. It covered half the box. We got a Kevin Thorne. Yep. Not much to say about that one. A Deluxe Aggression Rey Mysterio. That's pretty cool. Best of 2008. I didn't even notice that. That's cool. Massively discoloured on the crotch. Very loose waist, which seems to happen very commonly with the Deluxe Rays. And then, of course, we've got the floppy legs because it's a Deluxe figure. The ab joint's okay, actually. The arms are alright. Yeah, lots of marks, lots of discoloration, lots of... The mask is definitely damaged as well. Yeah, not sure about that one. Bit of a mixed bag. We got a TNA Kurt Angle. This is a pretty cool figure. I recently realised that I love this Kurt gear, this Kurt era, and I probably will buy the Kurt Elite that's coming out in this sort of style of gear. But this one will still be worth a few pennies to sell on. TNA figures tend to be, they're a little bit more obscure, especially if they're in the good condition that this one is. You know, both of his arms aren't moving while I'm holding it, so again, really good for a Jakks Pacific figure. We have got a Steve Austin Classic Superstars. This isn't bad, but I have had one of these listed for a tenner for a little while, and there's been no interest in it at all. But yeah, still a really cool figure, and I'm sure someone will buy it eventually. We got two more. We got one John Morrison t-shirt. You know, it is what it is. It's all right. And the last thing we got, the reason why we bought this bundle, nice obscure Classic Superstars wrestling action figure, a little bit of a loose arm. I honestly don't know which it is outside looking in, because I'm not hugely familiar with which Jakks head scan is which. It's one of the Wild Samoans. Yeah, there was just a one of them, but I imagine it'll probably still be worth a fair bit if I can find someone who's willing to buy one of them and hope they come across the other one. Or maybe one where his arm's broke because it's Jakks crap. Between the Maven and the other bits, I thought there was a bit of value in there anyway. So I was a little bit more willing to put a little bit more money towards this. It's still a very obscure piece, really, and I'm sure there'll be a fair bit of money behind him. But I could be wrong. This might never sell. Who knows? This might be a complete whiff. Only time will tell whether we are correct on that or not. Now I'm going to go off the wrestling figure track for a little bit with the other mail, and we'll bring it back at the end because there's some cool stuff I want to end on. But we also need to get through this stuff. So this is some really cool stuff for the channel. Honestly, I'm so happy about getting these. So behind me, these are boxes of a miniatures game for Marvel and DC and other things called Horrorclix. And back in the day, they were a bit more adventurous than they are nowadays, and they had a horror spin-off. And this is 2 packs of Horrorclix base set, and I never had any packs of the base set. So that is really, really cool. Like all things, the base set is the hardest thing to find. And, you know, there's some really cool stuff in it. We got 2 packs for, I think these were £8 each. I think it was £16 for the 2 of them, which is pretty good. This is really cool. I don't plan on opening these anytime soon, though. These are just going to go on the shelf for now for 2 reasons. One, I'm not really in a Horrorclix hype right now, and I know it will come round one day, and I'll be really into it. And on those days, I'll really enjoy opening these. And also, I've got a lot going on at the moment, hence all the card game videos and not having time to do figure videos and stuff like that. So, honestly, it's not a good idea for me to get a Horrorclix hype on right now by opening them. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to live in hope that I'll one day buy some more of these. One day I'll find some more of these that I can buy. So yeah, hopefully we could do a bigger opening on these one day. I actually thought these were going to get cancelled. I just had a bad feeling about them. There was a similar thing where eBay kind of combines the postage automatically for you now when you're paying for things. So, at least it's happened a few times. So, one of the big bundles that was cancelled, that happened. And I thought maybe that's what the seller was mad about. It did the same thing when I paid for these, and I thought, I hope that seller's not going to do the same thing. But no, they weren't a dick about it, so there we go. Really, really cool. Really, really happy to get those. I've got some football trading card things, because if I ever get a moment to do it, after all the pack openings and catching up on figure videos, that tip's almost gone anyway, we'll just do it from the bottom. Then I am going to do a pack opening on this year's Manchester City team set, as I did last year, which is a video that's performing really well. So this is some more football card stuff, because we have had a little bit of a football hype recently. We've ordered a few auto cards, which we are going to feature on that team set video and or on a different video. So with the auto cards, I've ordered some magnetic slabs to put them in, because I had no plan on how I was protecting them. So I've still got last year's Ruben Diaz, like, just in a sleeve. I've got a Jeremy Doku I bought a few weeks ago. I've got a few cards that I've just picked up that I'll feature in a video soon. And obviously we'll have another autograph from the team set as well, so we're going to put those in there. And as for the other Manchester City cards, we wanted somewhere cool that we could put those. So I did a 5-minute Google job and found this rather spiffing Erling Haaland card binder. So my Man City cards are going to go in there, and at some point I'm going to dig out my, you know, all the bits from my Man City collection, compile a binder. We'll do the team set. I'll talk about this in the team set video as well, and then I'm probably going to do another video on, like, my Man City card collection again one day when I have the time. But we are going to circle back to the wrestling figure stuff. And we have got this, which has honestly been waiting to be opened for a few weeks. And it's a shame, because this is really cool. This is a really cool parcel, but it's one thing and it's on its own. And as I say, we haven't had a lot of wrestling figure stuff coming in. So that's basically the main reason why this hasn't actually been opened. In addition to the fact that the opening would have had to just be a mail opening of this on its own, which would have been short and kind of pointless. So I didn't see the point in rushing it. But this is really cool. It's another item we got on bid. It's a nice set of old accessories, actually. Oh, I need to cut this part of the tip as well. It's the kind of product that Jakks did that Mattel should still do. The problem is, this box is clearly not, like, there's clearly gaps in both sides, and the packaging has gotten caught in the tape. So I'm having to cut all the way through the inside packaging to get through the tape as well, which is very annoying. There, you see what I mean? It's just dragging the packaging out with it. So what this is, I picked this up on bid. It's way bigger than I thought it was. I'll add that to the point. This is way bigger than I thought it would be. It's wrapped up like a mummy. Who just thinks, right, I've got the bubble wrap, I've got the big plastic bag, I've got the box, let's just TP it before we put it in there. But we got a Jakks Pacific, a Jakks Pacific Ring Gear Series 1 Grapple Gear set. And this is a really, really cool set. We've got the fire extinguisher with the WWF logo on it, the cookie tray with the WWF logo on it, the old Jakks style hardcore title, this trolley which also has the WWF logo on it, and finally we have Crash Holly's scales. Really nice, really obscure. Guys, I love my Jakks Pacific accessories, so when I saw this on bid, no one bidding on it, I had to go for it. And there's one final interesting thing. You know, the guy says it's not in the best condition. You know, it's a bit worn. It's a bit worn. It's still packaged, but it's a little bit worn. And look at this, guys. Is that a hole? Is it ripped open? Does that mean we have to open it? Oh dear. That's the kind of condition that these things have to come in for me to actually bring myself to open it. But I do want them scales, and I do want that trolley, and I wouldn't mind that fire extinguisher. So, good real chance this will get opened one day. And again, when I get around to doing it. We've got so much stuff going on, we really don't need to be penciling in unboxings for stuff like this as well. But yeah, we got some really, really cool stuff. We got Finishing Moves series on the back there. We got Series 8 of Titantron Live as well. That's really cool. We got Road Dogg, and he's volleying a bottle. We got Jeff Hardy, and he's just overhead throwing a ladder. Yeah, remember when those things happened. Yeah, super, super cool. Really, really nice. Yeah, Mattel should still do these grapple gear sets, like just little ones, you know, just do like a little thing with like a couple of bits in it. Help kids actually get their accessories. And look at this, we got some 3D glasses. Didn't know that. That's a nice feature. I mean, it was the late 90s, of course, everything had 3D glasses. So the final thing we've got in this one is another thing I picked up on bid. This is my preferred version of what it is, so I kind of hoped it would convince me to sell my old one, which I've been trying to convince myself to do anyway. And it hasn't, but I think one day it will. Like, I think Give it another year or two, a little while. At some point I'll think, right, I've got the better one now. I don't need this one anymore. Especially since I already have 2 other figures of him. But this is the Super 7 Andre the Giant with the huge dent in the bottom. This is the one with the... sometimes I forget how many layers Super 7 put on these things. This is the one in the robe. Easily the best one, unless you like the one in the farmer's jacket. I prefer this one. It feels just more ceremonial, more Japanese wrestling. You know, it just feels better. We still got the beer can. We've still got this terrifying head where he kind of looks like a shark. And we've got, you know, the extra heads, the extra hands, etc. Really cool. And this set me back £20, which is the kind of money I would have spent on it just to sell it on. So I was very happy to pick this up for £20. My copy of the farmer jacket one was £33, and I was overjoyed with that 2 years ago when I bought that. So really, really cool to pick this up for £20. And when I get it that cheap, it might convince me to open it as well. Well, we've got this one, the farmer's jacket Andre, and the Ultimate Edition Andre, and the Legends Andre, where he's in the yellow trunks. So we don't need all of them. So I'm probably going to finally decide between the Ultimate and the Legends Andre, and then keep this one and sell the other 2. But it might take me a little bit longer to part with the other Super 7 one. These figures were a little bit controversial, and the longer the line's gone on, the worse it's gotten. But I think this first one was pretty good, especially like this head. It's not the greatest Andre expression, but it's definitely him. And it also looks so much better in person than they did on the digital renders. I think the digital renders did a lot of damage to the appeal of this line. But yeah, I still really love the figure, and I still really love this packaging as well. So that is everything for this video. So I'm not sure when we're going to be able to get another figure video out, because we still have like another 5 or so card game videos to do as well. But if you have enjoyed this and you'd like to check out some more, you can check out the mail openings playlist in the end screen, and there are other figure videos in the channel if you have not watched those already. If you enjoyed this, please do like, comment and subscribe, and I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye. Like building up to the finale. Oh, dog's barking.